TWINT is Switzerland's go-to mobile payment app used for instant cashless transactions. The earliest part was in 2014. We started thinking, how could we bring payment on the mobile phone? Because that was not there yet. We want to do this in one app, and it should contain all major use cases, meaning payment at the point of sale, payment in e-commerce, and payment between people. And then everything should practically taken directly to the bank account, so the money should flow directly. The biggest struggle was not regulation, because back then regulation didn't really exist, so it was kind of situation where we not co-develop, but to the financial market authority and said, hey, we want to do this, and they said, okay, let's discuss how we can do that. So that was a very smooth process. That part that was the hardest was building this network, because TWINT is a classical platform business, two-sided market. So you need clients, you need merchants. It's even more than two-sided because you need also banks. You need the whole ecosystem to join. So we really had to convince a lot of people. We needed to have different strategies for these different groups, right? So for starting with the clients, it was clear they have these multiple use cases. So for us, it was clear it will only work if TWINT becomes a habit. And you only form habit if you use something regularly. We started having solutions for canteens in a business or in a school, because there you eat 5 times a week. We had also very early this partnership with Coop, one of the 2 biggest retailers, because also many people go there, shop once every day or at least 3 to 4 times a week. These were the early things for customers. It's coming, and we are building here a Swiss solution. I think that makes sense, because payment is still some kind of critical business, also for the merchants, also for infrastructure, and it's good when you have it within your own country. And for the banks, it was more the pitch, let's have one solution in Switzerland, because it doesn't make sense to build more than one. I think this was a pivotal moment, because TWINT was by then owned by PostFinance, and it could have been the other way around. Coop joined this solution very early. This gave immediate trust. It's more like we were building up block by block, and if we saw that something didn't work, we could correct quite fast. So TWINT would never have worked if we hadn't built it within the company. I mean, that was the first decision that was taken by the board. Okay, own company, own people, own IT system, own everything, own brand. Let's do it. I think otherwise it will not work. And it will not work because you will always explain within your company why you're doing that, right? You have many people who you must argue, and you just don't have the time for that. So that's perhaps on the rational side. But then on the mindset side, the most important part is how much do people really want to give away of their decisions, and how much do they want to do by themselves? I think this is the next big wave. You must be courageous. We did a lot of mistakes. We had a lot of thoughts that never really materialized, but you will only learn through the journey. So really getting started, do it. And I see that a lot of times, especially in big companies, they overthink too much. They write too many business cases, and they don't really get started, because you will never learn if you don't get started.